Hello, I'm Daniel Doc Gentry. Welcome to the world of Enin. I am its creator and your narrator. Sit back and relax as I take you out of your reality and into my nightmare's dream world. Welcome to the Bros and Dragons podcast. Today, we will be following the adventures of
Tom Benson. I play Zandro, a male wood elf ranger.
Keith Ross. I play Captain Martin Firewell, a human male barbarian.
John Sika, and I play Alissha Fargo, a female human rogue.
Let us adventure on. The time of laws have never shared. The domain lies from other ends. The downfall comes after the part. Evil that has ripped through time at start. The three shall travel with many a go, but the fourth will reject what the three will know. The many more will point the way. To guide the fourth, the evil must stay. The 3 of 4 moves in 5. Death will come while all survive. The 6th son of others dine, but the 1 of 4 they will deny. The torn one will rip the line, which will tilt the worlds all align. The time and fate the 3 will make, the 4th to bring the torn to rank. The ones that win will spare it all. The ones that lose will more than fall. If torn stays and wins the day, the 3, not 4th, will stop the way. What happened? Where am I? Alissha and Martin, you're in Crystal Dale looking over, seeing this horde of demons just walk across the lake and underneath Crystal Dale.
I'll take off running across the city.
I'm going to take off as well.
All right, so you and Martin look over the side and you see this horde of demons. Remember, you saw them kind of, but you couldn't get a count. There were so many, thousands of them coming onto the lake. You both run across Crystal Dale. You are, trying to get people out of your way. You push them, you move them. This is not a quick run. This is a big city. You get to the center, you look around, you see another path that looks almost straight from where you were, so you take that one. It goes between the temple and the keep. And as you're running down that road, Zandro, you come over the berm and you see Amoga yelling orders, pointing them in the other direction. You see this perfectly marching demon horde going into the forest a good ways before Demathios. They left Rangio. They were coming south towards Demathios. You guys thought they were going to Demathios, so you guys rode hard to get there. You started warning people. They went to the wall. You didn't see anything, so you head out. And after a while of trekking, you get to this berm, you come over it, and you can see this demon army marching, on the road towards Demathios, but they seem to cut right into the woods a good distance away from the city.
Yeah, I'll turn around and head back.
You slide down the berm so that you don't get seen, and you start heading back towards the city, keeping low and using the forest to hide yourself. Alissha and Martin, you make it to the other end of the city, and you look over the side when you find a good vantage point, and you don't see any of these demons.
What the fuck? Where did they go?
I have no idea. Did they drown?
I don't think so. I think that would be too easy.
You can always hope.
Right. Anyway, I think we better get back to the capital. We need to let the queen know that they're not coming for the city, at least for now.
Yeah, I think that's for the best.
You and Martin, you're jogging back to the portal. You're kind of tired from running across Crystal Dale. Plus, just recently, you guys were super tired, and, this is bringing back some bad memories for you. As you're jogging back to the portal to go back to the city, Martin heads into the portal, and he disappears before you. And right before you hit it, a thought dawns at you. What if they're they know they can't penetrate the walls of Demathios, so what if they're heading towards the ports? And as you have this thought, that's when you step into the portal and boom, you're on the other side, and you look, and Martin's already taken off. He's way ahead of you now.
I guess I'm going to have to pick it up a bit then and try to catch up.
You start heading towards the castle, and Alissha, not nipping at your heels, but she's back there. You took off running the minute you came out of this portal. Certain people going through right now. You seeing like tons of guards running towards the wall at the front gate where you told them to go, and you're running past them. You see a couple wizards like going by you now, heading that way. You hit the stairs of the keep, you go up, and the guards are way ahead of you. They see you running with purpose. They open the door. You run inside, and as you run inside, you see Queen Rebecca coming towards you, and she's, situating her armor, getting ready to head to the wall.
Your Grace, I went up to Crystal Dale. We looked over. It doesn't seem like they're coming for Demathios. They were going underneath the city, and we didn't see them coming out the other side. I don't know what they're doing.
I think I have an idea of where they're going.
Okay, enough with the suspense. What are you trying to say?
I don't think they can. They think they realize they can't get through this wall. I think they're going for the ports.
It rings on her. She dashes right outside the door because that's where she was, and she heads around the castle, down these back stepways, and you can oversee the lake now, and it looks like they're just bunching up underneath Crystal Dale at this point. Zandro, as you're heading back, you're moving silently, and you hear what sounds like a growl to your left, and then you hear the same kind of growl to your right. As you get ready for whatever that growling noise is, you sense fey magic around you, and two hound-like looking large creatures come out of the forest looking at you, and they have regular hound faces except flat nose. They almost look like monkeys on all four, and they're growling and looking at you. It's weird, they're not on fire. As you get your bow ready, the hounds are both a little bit quicker than you. One of them howls out. You feel a little fear come over you, but you shake it off. As you level your bow, the other one actually comes running at you and tries to take a chunk out of you. It's gonna bite. And then you feel a ringing in your head, which throws you back a little bit, but you will yourself to stay focused on what's going on.
Well, as a bonus action, I'll Hunter's Mark, whichever one's closest to me. Pull back on the bow, let one loose into that one that's right in front of me, trying to hit him right in the face.
So you let your arrow fly. It's right there. It sinks into him. The other one starts working its way around you while this is all going on.
Quick, draw another one. Hit him again.
You sink 2 arrows in. It looks at you, growls, and jumps up in the air and seems to hover at 10 feet as it flies at you and tries to take another bite. The other one, you sense, swoops in. They're hovering. One's behind you, one's in front of you, and they're about 5 feet away from you, but they're about 6 to 10 feet off the ground. You sense from where you were that some demons might be coming your way.
I'm going to use my movement to roll towards town, away from both of them, so hopefully they're both kind of in front of me.
Zandro, you roll out of the way. One of them gets a bite. It hits, but it still doesn't stop your momentum. As you roll and you come to in almost a crouching motion, you put your hands out in front of you. As you say a magical elven word, you throw your hands left and right, and this wind wall comes out of nowhere. The one that's behind gets blasted with a little air. It sails a little bit to the right, but it backs up off the wall. The other one seems to be pushing its way through.
I will turn tail and run as fast as I can.
As you start running away, one of the beasts makes it through and is flying at you. As you look behind you, you can see this beast break the wind wall. The other one flies over the wind wall and is a distance behind, but they don't seem to be able to catch up to you. You work your way into a little bit thicker brush area. You get set and you do what you've been trained to do since you were a kid. As you hunker down, you feel a power in your arm a little bit. As a blue hue goes up your arm and over you, these 2 dogs flying around, one lands, starts sniffing around on the ground. You thought at one point that you're caught. It starts sniffing the bush that you're at, and it starts to pay a little bit more attention to that bush, but then they both start heading off, and they both start heading towards Demathios. A couple seconds go by, and you could hear running from where you just were with these dogs before you ran through the woods. Hundreds of footsteps coming through the woods, very noisily. Alissha and Martin, you see these demons pulling up in the middle of the lake.
What do you think they're doing?
I still think they're going for the ports.
I don't think so. I think if they were coming through the ports, they would have just come straight through the ports.
I don't think they're coming from the ports. I think they're going to the ports.
That's what I mean. I'm saying if they were coming to the ports, they would have just come here. They wouldn't be moving underneath Crystaldale.
Maybe they're trying to circle around it. Make us think that they were coming for Demathios, so we get the armies to go over there to defend it and leave the ports wide open.
I don't think so. They've got the numbers to overrun us. I don't know why.
I still think that makes the most sense.
You can use your eagle eye, and you get closer, and it looks like the demons seem to be lining up. It's hard to tell what's going on because they're all facing in different directions.
But they're not all looking directly towards the city.
No.
Again, I don't think they're coming for the ports. They're
It squints, and he zooms in on this, and he looks across the field. Some of the demons they're all facing in different directions. It's hard to tell. There's like a wall of demons and then a bunch of demon heads over it. Rebecca turns around and talks to two of her guards, and one of them runs off towards the front wall. The other one runs back to the castle.
What do you think, my queen?
I think we need to be ready. If they're readying a charge and just waiting for their full force to be there, we have nothing to stop them.
Zandro, you're in pretty thick brush between a couple of trees that are close. I don't see if the demons are trying to... You picked this spot because you knew if the dogs are making a beeline at you, this would be a good place because they're not going to... they're not going to run straight through this area. It's a real clumped and secluded area.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
You think you've kept it quiet enough as the glow comes over your body and you gain life force back.
Well, shit, there's not a whole lot I can do against a whole demon horde. I guess I'm going to just wait till they pass.
So you hear them coming, and after you cast this, you use your abilities again to hide, and again you still feel this blue glow over you. Whatever this is, it probably has to do with the dogs. I mean, you know for a fact that demon or not, fey or not, these dogs have a good sense of smell, but they sniffed directly at you and ran a different direction. You see this group of like 12 different types of demons run by you towards the dogs, and you can hear the dogs making little noise, but there must be some connection because they know exactly where the dogs went. They've passed you, and it seems like the line behind you is clear for now, but now between you and the city is about 12 demons and 2 fey dogs.
As long as they're still in sight, I just want to keep them in sight and see if they're continuing towards the city, and then kind of follow them that way. If they decide to circle back, then I'll have to reevaluate the situation.
But you see them go off into the woods and you lose track. It's not like you can see through the woods like that.
I'm going to try and veer off so I'm not going in the direction that they are, but kind of circle around if I can't get back towards the city.
You make it out to the road, and down the road as you look north or right when you hit the road, you see very far away that the demons are still moving in that one general direction. You look to the left, it looks pretty clear. That's towards Demathios.
Across the road, is there more woods?
Yes.
I'll venture to the woods, kind of stay close to the road that I can see the road still, and kind of make my way towards the city.
You seemingly disappear into the woods. As we go back to Martin and Alissha and the Queen, you guys see groups of armored guards with pikes and spears showing up, making a wall across the port.
What do you think we should do? I kind of lost as to what to do.
They can't have the city. If I have to die here protecting it, I will.
And I will gladly fight beside you, but we need to come up with some kind of plan. We need to at least take some kind of action.
We hold the piers. Do you have a different idea, Martin? Now would be a good time to share.
I don't. I was hoping you did.
You look over, and all of a sudden you see like a purple, red, black spark magic seems to be flowing through all these. And all of a sudden a red, black, and purple light shoots up from them as they seem to evaporate and go into this stream of magic, and it hits Crystaldale. Crystaldale seems to rock really hard. You see a few people fall off the sides, and then you see it starting to descend towards the lake. The entire demon army is gone, save but a few of them on the shores.
I can't believe it. They've taken... We have to get to Crystaldale. We have to get everyone out.
I thought we did get most people out.
No, you got a few of the people who could fight, but there's still a lot of people there.
I guess it's back to the portals we go.
As you turn and head towards the portals, you can hear a faint sound. It sounds forever away, and it sounds like almost 1,000 people at once making the same scream, which echoes in your ears as you head towards the portals. As you get towards the portals, we go back to Zandro, who is working his way through the woods on the other end of the road. You hear a sound, Zandro, so you bunker down for a second, and you see the two hounds head back north of the road, and in the other side of the woods, you could see that 12 demons heading back towards where you'd come from.
Continue towards the city, because I can't fight all of them by myself anyways, so.
After a couple hours, you head and you see the city. You see a couple of archers, 5 guards, and maybe a couple wizards on the wall, but this is not what you expected when you came back.
I'm just running towards the gates.
You hear them open the gates. They start opening one of the latches, and one of the doors on the gates comes open as the guard's waiting for you to enter. As you make it into the gate, they close the gate, and your ears, a little bit more in tune than normal humans' ears. You can hear the sound of buzzing magic in the air. You start heading towards the castle, and as you round the corner to go towards the castle, Crystal Dale looks way bigger than it should, and you almost think your eyes are playing tricks as you see it descending. And a familiar sight of Martin and Alissha running at you at this point.
Where are you guys headed?
Crystal Dale.
Up to Crystal Dale. I don't know how, I don't know what they did, but they've managed to bring the city down. Where have you been?
Chasing demons.
As you look at Zandro, you can still see he's bleeding from a couple areas. It looks like his armor has been hit. He looks a little shaken, not really down, but it looks like he got into a battle of some kind.
Where are you headed now?
To find you. There's demons out there, some demon dogs. They don't look like they're coming exactly towards the city yet, but there's a bunch of them.
Look, I'm lost on what to do. There was a bunch of them. They moved under Crystal Dale. Something happened and the city started lowering, and now all of the ones that were under the city just vanished. They're gone. I don't know if they're in Crystal Dale. Oh God, they could come through the teleporter.
Well, we should get everybody out and then maybe think about closing the teleporter.
So Martin takes off towards the teleporter. Zandro says, sounds good, and starts jogging behind him as Alissha takes off and goes, wait for me. You guys get to the portal, and the runes are not glowing. The shimmering surface is not there.
I don't know. Should we go and see if the wizards know maybe how to stop this?
I feel like if the wizards knew how to stop this, it already would have been stopped.
They probably don't know that this happened.
Well, that's just bad planning on their part.
Right, because I'm sure they planned for the city to be... Never mind.
Always need to have a contingency plan.
You guys know that the wall is closer, so you head there. You do find one of the younger wizards.
I have a question. All right, look. What we saw a large mass of demons underneath Crystal Dale. Something happened. There was flash streaks of red and purple light, and they just vanished. And now Crystal Dale is falling. Do you have any idea what this might have been? Any way to stop it?
Fallen? Like taking the magic out of it? It's on its way back down towards the lake.
Yes.
I'd have to be in Crystal Dale. Come on, let's head to the portal.
Can't. The portals are closed.
What do you mean the portals are closed?
The portals are closed. They're not open.
That's impossible.
There's no one there. I was just there. I just came from there.
The portals don't close. They operate. There's an open teleport from Crystal Dale to Demathios that is always sustained. It's always open.
Until today.
All I know is I just came from there. No portal. It's just like before Crystal Dale was restored. Because I was there before the magic was restored to Crystal Dale. There was no portal.
So, is it possible? No. It can't. He starts running towards the portal. He gets to the portal and he starts trying to do different magics over the portal. And you just hear him say the same thing over and over. This is not possible. This cannot be happening. And he's trying, rubbing some of the runes to try to get the magic to light up. And you see like a glow for an instant, but then it goes back down. He doesn't seem to be having any luck.
Come on, man. What does this mean?
The only way this could happen is if the magic was shut off on the other side.
Okay. How do we fix it?
That's the thing. All the wizards are here because you guys came to Crystaldale and told us to come back because the demons were coming.
Well, crap.
Look, there's got to be other ways to get back up to the city. Do you have any way to fly there?
If you could tame a dragon, I can bring one to us. We have a magical item. We'd have to go in the field because I don't want it to happen here. But I can call the dragon down and you guys can try to overtake it, befriend it. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible to do this, but if you can overcome the dragon, maybe you can use it to fly up there.
I'll give it a shot, but if you can call the dragon, doesn't that mean you already kind of control the dragon?
We found an artifact. It's a horn. When it's blown, any dragons within 400 miles get pissed off and fly towards it.
So any dragon, not just one dragon.
Well, it's only ever called one dragon.
Oh, goody. So we're about to call a pissed off dragon and try to train this.
I mean, it's unless you have a different idea. Does anybody have a better idea?
What kind of dragon?
A big dragon.
One that's pissed off?
How
You
high
know,
in
for a scholarly man, you're not very good at this.
Listen, I'm new at this. I've only been studying wizarding since somebody started a demon apocalypse so I could help out.
Man, you grabbed the rookie out of all people you could have gotten.
Apparently.
God.
I'm not feeling comfortable taking planning advice from the rook.
I don't think we have much of a choice right now.
There's plenty of choices. We can go find a more educated man.
And yet you're still standing here and arguing with the rookie
No, I'm arguing with you.
and the rookie.
No, about the rookie.
Either way, we're still arguing
doesn't-
about a rookie
it doesn't
instead
matter.
of getting a better one.
The rookie could hear you.
I know you can't.
Hold
Just
on.
hold on a second. Oh, God. And you can tell he's a rookie because he just won't.
Right?
God.
Anyway, I'll turn to the rookie. Where's the old guy?
I think he headed to the port when Queen Rebecca asked for us to
Thank you. And I take a run toward the port.
50-50, and then and it fades off as you're running. You guys head back to the port, and sure enough, they're setting up defenses. You see the demons have now gone back into the forest, so you can't tell where they are at all now.
Do I see the old man?
Yes,
I'll go up to him. I've been looking for you.
I've been here.
Yes, well, I was talking to one of your students. Whatever.
Or just call him the rook.
He's a rookie. Yeah. Anyway, we were talking to him because I couldn't find you, and he suggested something about calling a dragon.
But the horn artifact that we found?
Yeah.
For what?
Right. Backtrack. We were trying to think of a way to get back up into the city. The portals are closed. And
Wait, that's impossible.
okay, if I'm gonna have to have this conversation every single time, I'm gonna get pissed. The portals are closed.
How? Did he say how?
He said that it was impossible unless the magic had been drained from the city. But we talked about ways to get us there. I was hoping some way to fly in, and his suggestion was to call a dragon, which I really hope he's not trying to do on his own right now, because that would really fuck things.
I mean, we could get to Crystal Dale if we wait for it to come closer. I do have a spell, but it only lasts 10 minutes. So it's either we fall to our deaths or we wait for Crystal Dale to get closer to the lake.
Look, if we wait until it's lower and we get there, do you think that you can kickstart whatever this is?
I don't know. Whatever they did, I've never seen. Crystal Dale's falling like the magic is being taken out of it, but it's falling slow enough that the magic still is there. Something still is going on. I have no idea because we're not there. And he looks at you and goes, because 2 people came and said anybody that could fight should come back to the city.
One person came and told that, and it was her.
That's because you told me to. Don't try to put the blame on me.
Look, it's semantics, okay? I don't have time for this.
Oh, now you're trying to pull this? You were the one who said start gaining everybody up.
Look, we're not going to do this right now, okay? We're not going to play the blame game.
I'm going to clap my hands in front of him and go, at least I can do this.
Queen Rebecca goes,
Okay, what are we doing?
Fighting like children?
Waiting for the city to drop a little bit lower so we can get there.
So that's the plan.
For now,
How many can you take with this spell?
the max I could take is 3.
including you?
If I'm one of them, it's still 3.
Okay. Well, I'm going.
Why don't we not go and send 3 wizards up there?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. If the demons ended up there, we're going to waste a lot of magic trying to get to the portal. I mean, we could take a chance and hope that there's no demons there. It's probably the best bet, especially if the demons are still coming. You're going to need to have to be at the front gate.
I think maybe you should go, Alissha. At least if things go bad, you'll be able to hide, and that's not something that I can do.
Oh, goody! All right, let's do this.
The younger wizard puts his hand on your shoulder. The older wizard grabs your other shoulder, and you feel all of a sudden lighter as he pushes off and begins to head towards Crystal Dale. The other wizard follows him.
To the gate, I guess.
To the gate.
She's going to have just a big shit-eating grin on her face, kind of puts her arms out. Look at me, I'm soaring!
You hear Martin, stop enjoying yourself. It's not the proper time for that.
Turns back. If these are my last moments on Earth, you better believe I am going to enjoy myself.
As you're leaving, the queen just says,
We will wait here. They may still come this way now that we know they can walk on water.
If things go south, where will I find you?
Here.
I hope it doesn't come to that.
You all head to the east gate, and you get up on the wall, and you don't see anything coming down there. As you listen, you don't hear anything either.
I'm going to sit down, look up at Martin. Let me know when something happens, and I'm going to try and trance for as long as I can.
You're good. I got you.
Alissha, you land on Crystal Dale. The wizards are looking around. You don't hear or see anything except for people screaming, seemingly running around. You see mothers holding children in corners, and it feels like you're descending a lot faster than what you saw Crystal Dale actually descending. And the wizards just go, we got to go to the portal, and they start running that way. The fly spell has pretty much worn off at this point.
I guess I'm going to follow those wizards because I think I'm kind of in charge of making sure they can get to the portal.
It's clear all the way there. And when you get there, there's a young boy standing there. And as he turns around, you hear Adam say, I can't fix it. I don't know what's going on.
Oh no, we better figure something out because we're falling quick and these people probably going to die if it hits the ground hard enough.
The wizards set in a motion to do what they're going to do. One of them distracted, seeing Adam standing there. And Adam looks at you and goes, my magic's not working. I don't know what to do.
So if he can't figure this out, I think y'all just led me to my deaths and I'd like to go back home now.
They're trying to do stuff with the portal and they're like, nothing's working, but I can't get us back.
Oh, good.
A couple hours goes by. Zandro, you come out of your trance.
Zandro, I'm going to go scout.
I'll come with you.
Should we take horses or on foot?
Might want to take horses to cover more ground. We can always ditch the horses, and
Yeah.
if they make their way back, they make their way back.
All right, well, let's grab a couple horses and then we'll head out.
You two get on horses and you ride out. As you ride, it's a couple hours. You know you're coming up to that bend, Zandro, that you saw him.
They should be up around this area here somewhere, so we might want to turn the horses around and either tie them off here or send them back.
Would it be more beneficial to still have them? That way, if we need to run, we can run?
Might be a good idea. It won't be very stealthy if we ride up there, though.
No, not at all. All right, let's
tie them here and...
Yeah, let's tie them up.
You are stealthing through the woods. You see one lowly figure in the road. He looks to be kneeling on the ground like he's praying. Even with your vision, Martin, the cloak on his back pretty much covers up everything else, but you do see a shield on his back and he is wearing plate armor. You guys can't place it, but it's really weird that there's this one thing in the middle of the road.
Should we get his attention?
I don't think so. I think we should maybe try and stealth up and get a better idea of what we're dealing with, I guess.
Should we push forward half the distance?
Yeah, let's stick to the sides, though. Let's not just walk up the road.
As you get closer, this thing stands up, turns around, and Martin, you see a Moga. He seems to be waiting.
I'll point to Zandro, and then I'll point along the wood line straight up, just the way we were going. And then I'll put my finger over my lips in the universal quiet.
Well, before we get any closer, I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Yeah, I'm going to walk out.
And Zandro starts moving up the forest line. You hear a laugh. Hopefully you didn't come alone, Martin.
It's just you and me, Moogie.
I figured it was one of you heretics coming and messing up the line. Send demons to track you, they can't find you.
I'm sorry that you're inept, but it's neither here nor there. We have a lot to settle for that night.
How you so easily handed me the instruments I needed to free Damos into this world.
More or less.
Where are your friends, Martin? You didn't come alone.
I'm looking for any signs of like dust being kicked up, not by him. Just trying to be aware of that.
You scan the road, you don't see any movement over there. You don't see any shimmers, nothing from what you've been told is a telltale sign of invisible creatures.
Where's your boss?
Preparing.
Should be.
Really? What would you mortals do? Everybody hides. The only ones worth a damn are the orcs, and they haven't left the desert in years.
Let's just say that you're not the only one with powerful friends.
It's not what I hear anymore. You know Defina's coming for you.
Cross that bridge when it comes.
Maybe sooner than you think.
Maybe.
So what are we gonna do? Sit and talk in the middle of the road while your friends get into position?
If you'd like.
He takes the shield off of his back and draws a sword you've never seen before. It looks almost serrated and wavy. He's looking at you and he shakes the sword once, says something in demon language that you don't understand, and it blazes in black flame. How about we settle this now?
Cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Under my breath, just kind of whispering it, I'll activate my shield. I'll kind of just... I'm standing there kind of leaning on against my trident, and I'm just waiting.
He starts jogging towards you. And take your shot, Zandro.
All right, the first arrow I want to use is one of those demon arrows that I have. I don't know what it does, but that's the one I'm going to use, the first one.
The arrow comes out of the forest and pierces him in the side. As he gets hit, though, he says, "Over there!" And you, Martin, now see 5 figures shimmer and then disappear again, and they're heading towards the woods. He howls out as when your arrow hits, a radiant beam flows out of it, and it seems to make him bleed out of his side slightly.
So I take off running toward him, trident in my right hand. I don't know why I specified right, but whatever. And as soon as I get where I'm closing that distance, I'll jump, and as I land, I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
You jump up in front of him 15 feet. You slam to the ground. This wave of force pushes out from you, and he leans into a little bit, and he laughs at you as he doesn't move.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to go into a rage.
As you hear this thundering boom, you heard him say in the woods. You saw like a quick shimmer from the woods. It looked like 3, maybe 4 or more. It was hard to tell from your angle. Things like appeared, looked your direction, and started coming your way and disappear again. As they break into the forest line, they are confused and don't seem to be able to find you.
I mean, yeah, I'll try and see if I can see one.
They came in on your left side and moved into the woods. You can hear them rucking around, but you really can't get a sense of exactly where they are.
2 quick shots to hopefully Amoga's back.
The first arrow, again, finds a point in the armor and pierces it. As he swings his arm back and breaks off both arrows, another arrow comes in and gets him right in the auxiliary area, right underneath his armpit. And he howls as he pulls it out, but he is still moving towards Martin. Still, they're coming towards you, Zandro. You can hear these demons in the woods trying to figure out where you are, but they don't seem to have a beat on you yet. Martin, as he swings his sword forward, it cuts into your flesh, and you can feel that necrotic burning sensation like you have in the past. As he hits you and part of your skin opens up, you see those black lines form as it bleeds into the black ooze again. You focus your anger into a channel back, and you hear a boom within his chest, and he looks at you and he says, "We've learned some new tricks, have we?" And he's going to take a second swing at you. This time your shield deflects as he comes in to strike. He's standing before you now.
I'll feint to the right and bring my trident around to stab towards his right leg.
You feint to the right. You come in for the stab. He saw your feint. As he moves his leg back, your trident drives into the ground.
Quickly, I'll plant my foot, jerk it back, and then try to stab up towards his chest.
As you thrust the trident forward, it lodges into his shoulder slightly and you yank it out. He doesn't seem phased. He's still eyeing you as he's bleeding from the wound now as well. Zandro.
Take a quick look to my left, see if I see any movement.
As you're scanning the area, again, they're around. They seem to have some distance from you. They can't figure out where you are, and they're trying.
I would like to turn and fire 2 quick shots at Amoga.
Zandro, your arrow finds its mark. It hits in the base of the neck. It doesn't seem to phase him, but he is bleeding.
I'll take my second shot at him.
The arrow comes flying in. It looks like the mark is true, and it deflects off of his armor. All of a sudden, you feel like you're starting to be pinpointed by something. A demon appears in front of you right when it reaches out with its claw. It misses as it swipes, but now it's focused in front of you. You feel that the other ones are around you. As you try to dodge out of the way, you see one form to your left as well. You move quickly, and it misses with its swipe. The other 3 appear behind it, and they're coming towards you in the woods. You feel a massive hand come over you. You can't see it. You just feel this crushing on your shoulders as all of a sudden you're whipped out and thrown into the road. You don't take any damage, but as you look, Amoga is staring Martin eye to eye as he's reaching back with his hand, and he's literally pulled you out of the woods. And he starts laughing as you see the other 5 demons come forward.
Just like a mental quick prayer to Arlen for assistance in this as I plant my feet and stab again at his chest with the trident.
You twirl it around and you have this small prayer. As you lurch forward, you strike. You see a bright yellow light as you hit, and you have a spectral yellow hand on your left hand. And as it strikes, you seem to pierce deeper. Amoga now finally changes his demeanor. Up to this point, he was very cocky, and he looks at you and he says, "What is this?"
Second attack, I'm going to reach forward with my golden hand and try to seize him by the throat.
You go to reach him by the throat. He tries to move and block your hand, and as he hits the magical hand, you see yellow sparks fly off, but it doesn't stop as you grab him around the throat.
Squeezing for everything I've got, and I'm gritted teeth. You are nothing to me.
Zandro, you're being surrounded as they come out. 2 go to your left, 3 go to your right. They look like they're trying to form a circle around you. You are prone on the ground.
Stand up. Attack one of the 2 that are coming to the right.
Zandro, your arrow strikes and it looks like it takes off his entire left arm.
I'll shoot the other arrow, try and aim right for the chest.
Your second arrow drives into him, and it seems like blue energy involves him, and then it scatters his ashes. Taking care of one of them, there are still 4. They surround you, and all 4 of them try to take a swipe at you. The first one will hit. As the pain of that hit comes over you, you move your body, and one of them swipes by. You see another attack coming, and it deflects off of your armor. And the 4th one as well seems to just deflect off of your armor like they had the wrong kind of angle on you. Amoga is going to try to break out of your grip, so he grabs you by the arm and starts struggling, and he can't break this hand. It just seems not to budge. He doesn't understand how to take this.
So as I'm holding him there with my left hand, trident comes up underneath and I stab him in the gut, and holding him there, I'm like trying to simultaneously lift him off the ground.
As you drive your trident in, you feel an energy surge from your hand. He starts to drain a little bit. He is fearing for what's going on.
Pivot a little bit, and with my left hand, I'm just going to bring him around and slam him into the ground.
This time he breaks off the grip as you overextend because you wanted to slam him to the ground, but you right yourself and you're toe-to-toe with him again. He does look a little scared at this point.
I'll quickly shoot off an arrow into the one on the right side.
As your arrow hits, it obliterates that one.
I'll pivot and try and shoot one of the 3 that were moving to my left.
That one as well, in a blue hue, hits. It looks like blue energy goes over it as it explodes as well. You look down at your bow, and not only your bow is glowing, but it looks like some magical armor has come over your hand and your arm. It's celestial, so you can see through it, but it definitely has a blue hue, the same as your god has ever endowed upon you. There's 2 left. One tries to claw at you. As it misses, the other one turns and starts to run away, and it fades into oblivion. And now that Amoga's free, he takes 2 swings at Martin. 2 slashes across your chest. Lines form and open up black ooze with a little bit of blood pouring from them, but it doesn't seem to phase you. You're moving forward. This magical arm has given you power in the situation, and though he's been hitting with his strikes, he is now backing up a little bit.
Flourish my trident around myself, bring it above my head with both hands, and slam it down.
He digs a little bit. It drives into his shoulder. He does cry out as you see blood pouring forth now, near where the arrow hit him.
Jerk it out with a twist, bring it down level, and try to stab him right in the throat with it.
As you go for the throat, he moves slightly. The trident hits the plate armor and seems to bounce off of it. Zandro.
I will try and hit the one that's still standing there. Bury this arrow in his chest.
As that one explodes in blue, seems like the only other thing on the field is Amoga, and you look over and you see Martin has a yellow glowing left hand.
I'm going to try and shoot the arrow at the back of his leg. Hopefully maybe get him off balance.
It hits him in the back of the leg. It drops him to one knee, but he stands back up, swinging at Martin. More lines pop up on your chest, but you don't seem to be phased by it with this new power aura that's come over you.
You die here today. Stab forward at his throat. Second attack, I'll jerk it out and try to stab it back down at the leg that Zandro had wounded.
You go to strike out at the leg, and this time he uses his shield to defend himself and deflects your trident off as it skips off the ground harmlessly.
I don't have any choice but to fire 2 more arrows. I'm just going to go for the center of his back. Just try and hopefully do enough damage to take him out.
As you pierce right where the leather straps meet in the back, you do hit. You hear him cry out again, something about how this is not possible. You shoot. This time it goes wide, just for momentum of where this fight is going as they are moving around the battlefield. The first one slices across you. The second one, 24 points of necrotic damage as it slices into your skin again. He places a hand on his chest and he glows, and he seems to heal up some of his wounds on that action.
Again, I'm going for the same leg. I'm trying to get him down on his knees.
You hit him, and as you do, he looks like he gets weak, and then you cast this inflicts wounds into him, and it seems to heal. As you pull the trident out, it seems to heal the spot you hit. And he laughs.
Well, when I notice he goes for that leg again, or he's going for the leg to hit him in the leg again, I'm going to try and shoot for the leg. And did he drop to one knee?
Yeah, that shot went right in the back of the middle of his knee, and he did take him to the ground.
I'm going to try and shoot the other leg.
Zandro, you take your arrow, just about ready to release. As you do, you feel the magical armor move your hand slightly as you fire. As the arrow goes streaming across, you see the blue streak of the arrow. Martin, without even knowing it, you reach out with your magical hand and grab this arrow.
So I caught the arrow?
Yeah, you didn't mean to. You just saw your hand grab this arrow. You see it pulsing with blue energy. The yellow energy from your hand is starting to surround the power in this arrow. You know that your goddess has just imbued you with power, banking off of her brother, who is Zandro's god. And now these two powers together, you're about to drive it into this demon sitting in front of you. You know this is going to utterly destroy him.
I drop my trident, grab him by his arm, and pull him forward. You are nothing. And I bring the arrow up and slam it into the top of his head.
As you do, his eyes start to glow a different kind of power. You see it coursing through his skin. Zandro, you can see this bright light as well. And as he explodes all over the place, pieces go everywhere as the yellow and blue energy swirling together. And you're standing before pieces of what used to be Amoga. As your arm disappears, Zandro, your armor on your hand seems to go back up into the bow, and the colors dissipate.
I look over at Zandro, just laugh, just like kind of a high-pitched, disbelieving laugh.
Zandro just kind of stands there wide-eyed, like just kind of stands there staring at Martin for a minute or two before he just kind of looks down at his bow.
I'll pull out a piece of cloth or something like that from my bag, not touching the sword. I don't trust it. I don't trust anything of his. I'll grab it and affix it to my bag, and then turn to Zandro. Well, shall we?
Yeah. I'm just surprised we're still here.
As you say that, a loud crash from the trees. You hear this giant splashing motion, or excuse me, you hear this loud splashing noise as it sounds like a meteor struck the lake, and instantly you guys remember Crystal Dale was going down. As you run through the woods to try to get a better look at what's happening, you look over this field, and Crystal Dale actually seems to sink almost to the top of some of its towers as it comes floating back up to the top of the lake. The water seeps out from the land, and we'll see you next time on the Bros and Dragons podcast.
Oh, well, what the fuck? You can follow me at Bros Old Guy on Twitch.
Really?
Really?
On Twitch?
Twitch,
Oh,
not Twitter.
on Twitter. There you go. There it is. I say the same thing every fucking week. Just keep a copy of it.
Make sure you guys are tuning into our Instagram page. A lot of helpful things that go on that. Besides that, remember to check out our friends over at Dungeons and Dragons. See what's going on there. Pretty good stuff.
As always, you can find me on Twitter at Elmo the Usurper. We still got a lot of t-shirts that we need to sell. They're awesome t-shirts. If you've not been able to see them, just a little thing. It's a red, white, and blue, essentially D20 on a crit, and it says roll for initiative. Pretty fucking awesome shirts. I love them. They're very comfortable, made by Grunt Style, who amazing quality shirts. Also, I'm not a big fan of Destiny. Never played it really. Never really cared to play it. It's not my type of game. But the Destiny Street podcast, pretty fucking awesome. I actually gave it a listen to the other day. Funny. Go give it a listen. You can find it anywhere that you can find us, essentially.
You can follow all of us on Facebook and Twitter at Bros and Dragons, all one word. The same as finding us on every other social media, including MySpace, where I try to keep up with the episodes and keep them up to date. Go to www.brosanddragons.com and check out our store. You could listen to past episodes. I'm trying to upload everything at this point. You can check out the people that we support on there and friends of the show. Head on over to Limitless Adventure or limitless-adventure.com. They sell PDF files for substitutes or add-ons for your games is the best way to put it for 5e, including some encounter stuff that happens in regular stores, some backgrounds that might make some of your regular shop owners a little bit more shady. It's kind of a really neat concept. It's amazing. Last time I checked, there was a couple of demonstration things that you can download on there. You can go check them out and see if it's up your alley. I actually enjoyed looking around. You can follow me on Twitter at IamDMDoc. You can follow me on Facebook with the same. You can check us out. We have subjects of the day that we try to get out there. They end up being like subjects of 3 days because of how we roll in real life is. Your answers to those questions will dictate what's going on. Head over to patreon.com/Bros and Dragons. Hey, if you want to become a junior producer on the show, throw us $1. You want to become a regular producer, give us a little bit more, and so on and so forth. You will meet the credits, and you'll be able to make some decisions about the podcast as we move forward. I'm going to start putting some stuff up on there for you, as well as you get the episodes early release on there. You get to listen to the unedited versions if you're that kind of a dork like I am, along with other things. Like I found one of our first recordings that Tom ever DM'd with us, and I threw it up on there and you can listen to it. It's not the first one, but it's one of the first. And again, I just like to say thank you very much for all the support. Give us hashtag Bros and Dragons on Twitter. Talk about us, tell your friends, spread the word, help us get bigger, keep it nerdy, and live your dreams.
Later.
Daniel says flying monkeys from Oz.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to stop to say hello.
Right. So give me an initiative roll.
All right.
I don't know. It just sounds lame.
I think you hear an eagle screeching in the background.
I
And
think
the
you just
taste
want
of
to hear an eagle
freedom.
because all you want
comes
is
over
a
you.
falcon.
I just think an eagle would have been badass. But okay, whatever. You do you. It's your character to play.
I'm just messing with you at this point, man. I like spoon fed you what you could have used, and you went with.
I will Tolkien the fuck out of this. If that's what you want.
Yeah. Daniel says, you could have America'd the crap out of your eagle eye,
See, that's what I was thinking.
or gone Assassin's Creed.
Exactly.
I heard that and I thought Assassin's Creed. And I'm like, wow, that's lame as fuck. Assassin's Creed sucks. I said it. What?
I mean, you're allowed to have crappy taste in games, and nobody's arguing with you.
First 3, excellent. Everything after that, garbage.
No, you said Assassin's Creed sucked. That's the first one.
Yep.
But you just said Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3 were the good ones.
Right. I'm confused too, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm talking about the entire intellectual property of Assassin's Creed.
All right, Morty, calm down.
We cannot base all of the Assassin's Creed off of one game.
No, I'm basing it off of.
Sure, we can.
I'm basing it off of whatever the one was where they were in America, Black Flag, the 3 others that I don't even care to know the name of.
It was Unity, and then
I don't know. There was one where there was like you were a brother and sister that were twins or something. And there was another one where there was 4 people, and it's just stupid.
the Ezio arc was the best. I agree, Dan.
Ezio was good. Ezio was a good one.
But back to our game. Am I going to make that stealth or arcana?
I don't know.
I'm going to make it stealth at disadvantage.
At disadvantage for whispering? Holy crap.
Because these spells aren't whispering. In fact, I think you tagged me with that when I was your player.
Oh. At disadvantage? Oh, well, let's see. I could take that or I could take that, and they're exactly the same.
Dan says, "Psst, Martin, take charge."
Shit, man. Me, Keith is lost. I'm just not having a good night.
Right? Don't worry. I don't think any of us really know what's going on. Except for the DM. I just don't know. Let's go find the wizards.
I guess we're off to see the wizard. And I'll explain everything that happened as far as the spell.
This is a podcast, buddy.
I'm going to. I'm just like I'm going to ask a question. I didn't know there was that much. I just remember you saying a handful. Okay. Fuck.
Daniel says, "I know this was going to go back to the Wizard of Oz. Don't forget to bring a pail of water."
We always go back to the Wizard of Oz.
And then he said, "Y'all done fucked up."
Okay, I know that they can cast fucking water walking spells. God damn it!
So you're gonna burn all his spell slots before you get to Crystal Dale.
Be fine.
He could take a short rest.
No, fuck.
Man, I've babied you guys for such a long time. These are the things that you're coming up with.
You really have, man. I'm just off it. I'm off it tonight.
At least I didn't start a demon apocalypse.
Actually, I think you were the one.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of everybody.
Because it doesn't help the narrative of the podcast.
But what good are you going to do?
I'm going to hit things.
So they're going to cast spells trying to get the top.
Let's not waste time replying to that. Martin didn't actually say anything about the narrative of the podcast.
All out attack. See what happens.
Right? Let's just say fuck it. Let's
just do it.
Damn it, Rebecca. We're doing it live.
Yeah, it sounds like everybody wants to have new characters come in early.
Who, me? No.
Your characters don't exist here.
No. Don't forget your boots.
I got them on. They're nice and sparkly.
You bedazzled them?
Oh yeah.
with that giant fucking opal, probably.
You know it. I just got them shined. Turns back. If these are my last moments on Earth, you better believe I am going to enjoy myself.
It's a good point. Is there a brothel? Kidding. I didn't say that.
They head off towards Crystal Dale. You know, half of my editing is putting your words together to make complete sentences.
His words or everybody's?
A lot of everybody's when you're thinking, but a lot of Keith. Keith will be like, I'm going to walk over to the guy on the left, and I'm going to strike out with my trident. And I got to go, holy
I'm
shit.
pausing for dramatic effect.
Fruit, taking out these 1 and 2 second pauses.
Just pausing for dramatic effect.
You don't have to William Shatner it. Are you guys going to take guards, wizards with you? You're going to go on your own? It's a scouting mission, so the less the better, I guess.
Yeah, I would assume so. Just the two of us.
Yeah,
we can make it if we try.
Just the two of us.
We hold the piers. Do you have a different Martin? No, that wasn't it. Do you have the different Martin? I don't like the Martin I have right now.
Give me a different Martin.
This one is bothering me. We hold the piers. Do you have a different idea, Martin? Now would be a good time to share. We hold the piers. Do you have a different idea, Martin? Now would be a good time to share. Now would be a good time to stop the laughing and frivolity in the halls.
Fucking laugh.
I know that you know, that they know, that we know that they know that they can walk on water.
And that first one, though, is going to hit you for 14 points of necrotic damage.
Is this magical or just necrotic?
Necrotic is magical.
Oh, okay. Well, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Finally get to roll a D10 for this again, and I fucking... Wow. I try to throw it. It hits off the side of my dice tower and lands on the floor somewhere.